We now go back to Tumaole Mohlaoli, who's out in the Free State, where, as we reported earlier, a number of individuals from the ANC were waiting, or rather protesting, the provincial meeting that was scheduled to take place. So it was a little more peaceful than what we are seeing now. Moments ago, when we spoke to our reporter Tumaole Mohlaoli, who was out in the Free State, certainly it's turned a little bit violent from what we can see. Pictures of the police. Obviously, our cameraman a little bit shaky, trying to get the best possible angle that will make sure that he is safe. From what we can see, police seem to be firing some form of shots. Can't confirm yet whether it's rubber bullets or tear gas, but certainly there seems to be some disagreement with those ANC individuals that were protesting the taking place of the ANC conference. I think we've got contact now with Tumaole Mohlaoli. Tommy, things seem to have gone a little bit out of control. Can you tell us what is happening on the ground at the moment?
Well, Hugo, the situation has just gone from docile to literally explosive in the last few moments. Stun grenades were fired by police officers. They had kept a position on the opposite end, on the N6 highway, from where, of course, members of the ANC branches from the various regions across the Free State were. But as vehicles were going in to where the conference venue was supposed to be for this elective provincial conference, which is now seemingly being derailed, not even seemingly, judging by what is happening, I do not think anything will go ahead. But this is also the word that we received from provincial leaders. But back to what is happening here. Police have then advanced in terms of their line. They were on the opposite end of the freeway, and now they've come right into the middle of the freeway, and they're standing toe-to-toe with members of the ANC branches. As the stun grenades were going off, some of the members retaliated, throwing their own projectiles, including stones and whatever they had in their hands, including fruits. You can see that these members are very vociferous, asking why they're being shot at. They had accused police of firing on them first. This is a very tense and volatile situation, and certainly it is developing, and it seems, for now at least, that the officers here have been given a mandate to try and disperse the crowd by force. And this is the latest as it unfolds. You can see that visuals here showing what is happening. Some of the leaders are appealing for calm. What happened here, in fact?
No, I don't know what happened, because suddenly we were discussing with those police people. Suddenly when those officials were coming in, that is why they had to act like that, because they had to push us away, because we were stopping the cars from going inside. And these are the people that are supposed to be inside. The unlawful people are inside there. The right people who are supposed to be inside there are standing outside. Is that fair?
But is it fair to stop people entering, given the context that the conference has been postponed or delayed for now?
We don't know, because the process is, if it's going to collapse, it has to collapse. If they don't choose the officials today, it can only be declared nullified tomorrow morning. Now it's not in the morning. The question that we are posing is, what do we have? So the police are fighting us. They are given mandate to shoot at us.
But why stop people from entering?
They are wrong people. The rightful people who are supposed to enter inside are here outside. They are standing here outside. One of them is this lady. We have got the credentials to go inside. We've been showing you those credentials. But we have been prevented from going inside. But the wrong people are inside there.
By the wrong people, what do you mean? It certainly seems that vehicle was carrying chairs and catering equipment.
No.
It wasn't.
It wasn't.
Okay.
You know, that is how they are smuggling people inside. They are using those cars. You know, because it goes inside like it's catering. Goes out, get someone else out, go get someone else. Okay. But this is wrong.
Let's hear from another delegate here. Or, ma'am, what do you make about what happened here? Tell us your version of what you saw and what you understand.
What is happening here is anti-revolutionary. This is not how we do things in the ANC. I myself, I am Monty Ntsiwa Amelia Leballo. I'm a branch delegate from Ward 3, Mangaung. In my branch, there is no dispute. There is no parallel in my branch. But I am here outside without a tag. Yesterday, I went to the provincial office to do the photo shooting so that I can be able to register. But the deployee, Comrade David Mason, he said that we should leave and then we should come back today to come and do the registrations. He even called the provincial coordinator to come and address us. The provincial coordinator came, he addressed us. And as he was addressing us, he said to us, we must go to Dr. Milumela Stadium at 9 today. We were there, but we got shocked when we got there. We met an NEC deployee, Comrade Pinky, who said to us that 4 regions have registered. Mangaung is one of the regions that have registered. It's done. There is only one region that did not register, which was Thabo Mfutsanyane. And we asked a question, but how? Because we are Mangaung, we are outside, and yesterday we were told that we must come back today, and it did not happen.
So what does, sorry ma'am, to interrupt, what does this mean for the conference here? And with things seemingly getting worse rather than better, I mean, this is a national road. Is there no way to try and bring parties together and solve this through dialogue?
You know, what we are saying is very simple. We went to the provincial office when we came back from the stadium to go there so that they can address us, because remember that office, the Kaiser Hotel, it's an ANC office. That is where we must be addressed. But we were denied access there. And then seemingly we hear that there's a media briefing that is happening. From there, we got a call, I think, around 2 or 3 p.m. that there is going to be a dispute, that they are going to deal with disputes at Southern Sun. But now it is shocking that we have an ANC office. Why can't we go there instead of them bring us here? So, because this is supposed to be the conference venue, we are waiting here for them to come and address us here. If they are going to pause a bit, they should address us here and let us know. And even them, they should stop, because we know in Mangaung there's a tendency of stealing conferences. The very same IPC convener, Ntate Dukwana, he was there during a Mangaung Regional Conference of the ANC Youth League. He was with the delegates at Southern Sun. They even used municipal offices for registration, but when we arrived there to register, they decided to run away to Bloemfontein. So it is the tendency. It has been a new norm that they will deal with ANC matters in private properties. So we wouldn't be in the national road had we were allowed access, because when we got here, we wanted to enter here, but the police stopped us. Hence, we are also stopping people from entering, because who are they? How important are they from us? Because in ANC, we are all equal. No one is better than the other.
So without the context of a elective conference, which also would deal with provincial matters of pressing concern, including service delivery, infrastructure, and the state of affairs in the province, including, of course, a lack of resources, land redistribution policies. Without that framework where ideas can be discussed robustly, and without seeing this kind of situation, how do we move forward in the province? What's the answer?
We will never be able to move forward. And that's what we have been asking to say. Let us have a fair conference. Let it be contested. Let the newly elected structure deal with those, shape the province. Because without a proper structure, nothing will ever be right. Because remember, we only have an interim structure, and they are unable to take quite a number of decisions. Their duty is simple, is to take us to the Congress, and that's it. So we need a conference. That one we need. That is why we have been going to court and everything. We need conference, but they must do things according to the constitution of the ANC. Yes.
So that seems like there's no way forward. Isn't that a sad day for the people who have their hopes pinned on the ANC and the ANC's very, very progressive documents on gender parity, for instance, on land redistribution, and lately, of course, on migration and other policies that affect the heart of what's happening here in the Free State? Isn't that what conference is supposed to be about, the people, more than opposing ideas, especially when they become so violent and they seem like it's a dead end? Can't you get together and talk?
It is very sad. It is indeed very sad, and it's very much frustrating and disappointing. And we are also losing the hope of those ones who are having a trust in us, a hope in us that we will deliver them, we will give them better services. That is why we want to fight so much that this province must unite, you see. And we are worried. We are just a year. 1 year before the national and provincial elections, and we are worried that ANC is going to lose quite a number of votes. We are really worried about that one, hence we want the conference to happen.
Thank you very much for that. Of course, that is a view from one of the supporters here, or ANC members rather, branch delegates who are out here on the road. My colleague Newzroom is going to give you a shot of what's happening, as of course you see that even the grass has caught fire. That was from the stun grenades that exploded, and with the searing heat and of course a little draft, it certainly looks like that fire is picking up, and the farm behind with all the dry grass might be best advised to try and get some water. But again, now we're back with those visuals. You can see the police have again stood their ground, and an all too familiar sight, that line, that police line, the solid blue line. That line intendedly tells you that they are now putting their foot on the ground, and they are preparing to disperse this crowd here, the ANC delegates. With that, it's back to you in the studio.
Tumaole Mohlaoli, appreciate that update.